1075 The Game Podcasting is sponsored by Modern Exterminating, a family-oriented company. Professional, honest, and dependable pest control solutions. We're your one-stop shop for all pests.
I think we've seen Clayton through the years, with Shane's urging, adjust accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one of their big tenets is why they want to, for lack of a better term, might not be the best term, but cross-train so many players at so many positions on defense especially, so that they can adjust, maybe not literally from snap to snap, but rather quickly and do so comfortably. So that there's not that, there's just, okay, now we'll go do this. It's rather seamless most of the time.
And isn't it interesting, whenever I see 3-3-5, I'll never forget a couple years ago when that defense was scuffling, and then they switched it up in November, and I'm sure, again, Shane had a little talk.
Yeah.
Clayton had said, okay, man, what we're doing ain't working. I love you to death. We got to do something else. And Clayton adjusted, and they went to that 3-3-5. And started getting a ton of heat on the quarterbacks. That's when Bam Martin, Scott, and Willis popped. Remember, started getting some heat. And from that point on, this defense has been excellent.
It's been great.
Excellent.
Yeah. I'm going to pick the Green Bay Packers to make the Super Bowl. I already had Green Bay winning the Central, or the North, sorry. It used to be the Central. I already had Green Bay winning that division before the Micah trade. I think this elevates them. I think they're motivated. I think Jordan Love is motivated. I like how they operate. I'm picking the Green Bay Packers to be better than Philadelphia and Washington and make the Super Bowl. So Green Bay versus Kansas City.
I like it. All right. For me, I'll start in the NFC. I don't think Philly repeats. I just don't. They're talented. They'll be in the playoffs. I just don't think they'll repeat.
It's hard.
It's very hard. If Detroit wouldn't have lost both coordinators, I just think that's a large mountain to climb. If Detroit could have kept one of them, I might be going Lions here because I love Campbell. I love the roster. The other thing, I think Dan Campbell gets a little bit too he's too much of a gambler at times. I think in the playoffs, that might bite you like it did a couple years ago against San Francisco in the NFC Championship game. Sir, I'm going to go on a limb here.
Okay.
I have not been a Jordan Love believer because I think he goes through streaks where he takes way too many chances. Last 7 games of 2024, though, guess how many interceptions he threw?
Didn't.
None.
Yeah, he didn't.
I am going to go down the road that Jordan Love is learning how to play the position smarter. I love the Micah Parsons addition. I, too, sir, am going to put the Packers in the Super Bowl because that roster's good.
It's good.
It's a good roster, man.
Good football team. This weekend, one of the things I'm looking at is how LaNorris, processes is not the right word, but just how he senses what needs to be done when they call the run for him, when he does get pressured, some of the things that he's going to want to correct from the Virginia Tech game, like the safety, that was a glaring mistake. And I think LaNorris already knows I can do that better, and you and I were talking about that yesterday. There's a lot of guys in sports that realize I got to fix that. We can sit here and talk about it. You got to get coached up. You got to get, what you got to do there. Now you just got to go not do the bad stuff. So, right. I mean, it's pretty simple at times.
And I think, too, just the idea of here, and we saw it this past Sunday. LaNorris is trying to navigate better from the pocket when it comes to reading, going through progressions and reading what the defense is doing. And, he's really trying to stay in there and do those things, and that's great because to be a more complete quarterback, he has to, right?
Yeah.
But, and I would be saying this a lot, we can't forget something here. When this dude tucks the ball and takes off, he's special.